Hey guys. I'm changing my opinion. I think the challenge is in the league after all. I don't know.
Doc, great game. Marcellus, 28 points, 12 rebounds. Can you talk about his career?
Yeah, it was just great. They were trapping Paul and Lou all over the floor. So that was Trez rolling down the paint, and he took advantage of it. It was good.
And I kind of just, tonight when you can't get offense, tonight to really have good to have Paul on your team.
Yeah, and it's good to have a good defense. We've been so spotty offensively. I feel like our numbers say we are good offensively. I say we are not so far. We're up and down, and what's tonight was a great example is you can win a game with your defense until your offense catches up, and that's what happened tonight. That's happened 3 or 4 times already this year.
Doug, can you talk about Zubac's performance tonight?
And Zub's great as well. Listen, in a game where they're going to trap. Our bigs should have big games. They decided to trap to try to take Paul out of the game and Lou. And one of the things I thought we did pretty well, we trusted the bigs rolling down the middle, and we fed them. And so both Zoo and Trez, when you combine their numbers every game, it's amazing what we're getting out of that position.
Doc, obviously Paul had that injury, but how do you see him navigate through a game like this and the times that he was going up against Chris?
The one thing, and I said this before the first game, when you miss a lot of games, you're usually sloppy with the ball. You just are. He's shooting the ball at an amazing clip. He still was 50% tonight. But the turnovers tonight, he had a lot of them. He had some missed assignments. All that stuff will get better for him as the season goes on.
Doc, to your left. Was there any hesitation on your part to call that last play for Paul? And this early in the season, when you're still building that relationship with him, how important do you think it is for you to call that play for him?
Well, I just felt the play would get him open, and so with his size, I was looking at who can get a good shot off. And, with his size, they had a small on him. I really felt good in the timeout. I didn't know he was going to make the shot, but I did feel like we were going to get him a good shot. And the fact that he made it was great for him and great for us, down the road.
With so many guys in and out of the lineup, we've kind of seen the short-term impact of you guys have dropped some games maybe you should have won, or some certain lineups have kind of played. You can kind of tell they're figuring it out, but you feel like long-term there's going to be a payoff where come March, April, May, wherever you guys go, that these different lineups that maybe weren't going to play if everyone was healthy now kind of have that experience.
Yeah, I guess I just think anytime anybody plays, it has to help them later too. Terrence Mann is getting good minutes. Jerome's playing a little bit as well. Zoob's been fantastic. Obviously Trez putting Mo in. Today was the first time that I remember. We may have done it earlier. We had Paul George at the 4 at the end of the game. So all these different lineups will help. When everybody gets back, then you are literally doing another lineup when you think about it, and more different lineups. So the thing that I think we've done well here is we've built a versatile team. We can play many lineups, and that gives us a great advantage.
Doc, how well was it to have Pat Beverly back on the floor tonight? He hit a big 3 in the second half. Just his impact.
Yeah, and just his defensive impact and his intensity, was good. We need it.
Coach, I felt that in the first half, Chris Paul was kind of controlling the tempo and doing what he wanted to do. So there in the second half, how did you, throw off his rhythm a little bit and make him, play the style that you guys wanted him to play?
We wasn't just. I thought it was more us on our end, offensively. Thought their traps bothered us, got us out of rhythm, and that allowed them to control the tempo. But you're right, they had the tempo the entire first half. I just thought we moved the ball, we trusted the pass, we played faster in the second half.
Doc, kind of along the lines of what you were saying before about rotations, this was a team that had to find an identity with Kawhi and no Paul for 7 or so games. There's going to be 4 or 5 games where they didn't have either, a couple with PG. how are you going to navigate having to be different depending on your roster every night? Do you view that as a problem, kind of in the regular
No,
season?
because I don't think it'll be a problem. I think we'll have most of our guys most nights. You know, we're just going through it right now. You know, I think we will not have someone every once in a while, but it won't be a lot. In my opinion, I don't think it will be. We're just going through it right now, and thank goodness we were able to squeeze out some wins too.
Doc, how is it just to have Montrezl, like typically it's either Lou or Montrezl who give you guys the offensive impact?
Well, it's great when you have those two coming off the bench. You know, if you get off to a great start, you can kind of like hold them in the bullpen. If you get off to a bad start, you can get them in early. It's a luxury, clearly, to have those two. And then when you think about our bench, you know, when we get everyone back, you know, at least one or two guys that have been starting and now coming off the bench as well, that'll make our bench even better, you know. And I keep saying it, even though we haven't been able to have the bench unit yet, I think the bench should be better this year than even last year because of that.
I think Paul was around the 22-minute mark during the fourth quarter, 22 minutes played. How did you work through how many minutes he could play in the fourth quarter? I'm sure he didn't want to come out.
No.
And conditioning-wise, was he good?
Yeah, he was fine. You know, I don't even know what he ended up with. 29. You know, so that's fine with us. You know, I remember asking JP. You know, keeps him and Tyler. They keep the minutes for me, and they'll tell me, hey, probably need to get him out, bring him back in for 3 minutes. So it's not been that hard. I think he wants to play a little bit more right now. I think he thinks his number should be 30 to 32. We don't. so we're probably going to win that battle, at least early, you know. But you can see that his endurance is each game he's getting stronger. That's good for us.
At the end of the game, they had two real good looks at the three-point shot.
Yeah.
Two guys you coached last year.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts seeing Gallinara and then prior to that, Shea take them?
Yeah, they're both scary. You know, you start thinking basketball gods and all this stuff when the ball's in the air. You know, and you know, I'm glad they missed them. You know, because they both had great looks. They really did.
Doc, Terrence Mann kind of had a bit of an off night offensively. What did you like from his defense tonight?
You know, his size, he competes. You know, I thought the trapping hurt him a little bit today, and the ices hurt him. He's never faced that kind of defense. I mean, you could see he was really struggling with it. Great lesson, you know. That's something that's, I think for him, he'll be able to fix quickly. We'll be able to fix with him. But the one thing I do like about him, whether he's struggling or not, he still competes, he still tries to rebound, he still tries to play defense. He doesn't let a bad offensive night take him out of the game.
Hey, Coach, at the end of the game, at the final buzzer, you had a conversation with Shea about, would you tell us what that was about? Can you mind sharing?
We were talking about clothes.
Mm-hmm.
Shea felt like that I should up my clothing game. I should dress more like him. No, I don't know. What do they use? What? This interview's over. Thank you.